Welcome to You Are the Magic, the podcast that is supporting women across the world to claim their magic within. I am your host, Deb D, and it's my absolute delight to share with you some of the amazing women that I know who are living big lives and making magic happen. They will be inspiration for you. I'm also going to be sharing with you some solo episodes with a little bit more about my story, the magic that I'm activating, and how you too can ignite and activate the magic within you. Because I believe it to be true. I do believe that you are the magic. And I do believe that it's time for women to reclaim our magic, our intuitive leadership, and our unique gifts and talents so that we can be the wave of change that we know the world needs now. So join me in connecting to the magic in you, the magic of women, and let's share just a little piece of how that magic can be activated today. Hey there, Magic Maker, and welcome back to You Are the Magic with me, Deb D. And I do say welcome back because if you've been following along in real time, it's been quite a few weeks since we hung out together in this particular part of the magical playground in You Are the Magic, the podcast. Because at the end of the, winding into summer season, I took a little break. I took a little moment. We had finished season 3, which was all about the evolution of you. All season long, we were exploring like how we can shift our narratives. And I was sharing with you how that narrative was shifting for me. If you're new to the podcast, hey, you may want to go back and flick and listen, or just jump on now, because what I want to share with you today is what happened next. So this is what I think happens to a lot of us, and I'm hoping that by me sharing this today, you give yourself permission to do what I did, which is take an extended break. Like, relax enough that you no longer need to collapse into relaxing. As women, I think we do. We are on the move often. There's a lot of different people that are needing our attention or that we help or serve. And I think this is an amazing part of women, is that we're so amazing at having all of these tasks that we can complete all at once. It's a part of our magic as women. And sometimes we need to take a break. Because I got to this point of the evolution of me and the evolution of Big Life Magic and this podcast and my work and so much more. And after we go through big transformative or healing processes, you know what happens next? You get a little bit tired. Like, that's a lot of energy that's on the move. So I took a break. Like, for the month of July 2024, I declared to my husband and a couple of friends, my job is to literally calm down. That's my job for July. I actively chose to not work on building my business because I realized I was working from this empty tank, and I was also forcing, which we know is not good for your intuition. And I was also noticing that when I went to rest, I was in this collapse mode. Also not great for the nervous system, not great for inspiration or intuition. So I was like, I need to be picking up what I'm putting down here and doing what I teach. I really just need to make some space for the magic. And I did. And that looked like a lot of extended time in the morning at the beach, that look like naps in the middle of the day, that look like giving myself permission to not write the next email or think about the next strategy. And some of it was uncomfortable, to tell you the truth. Some of it was actually uncomfortable as a woman who has a lot of ambition. There's a lot that I want to do. I've always got something to say about that. And pull it back. Again, calm fuck down. I literally have like a magic maker in our community. She's amazing. Her name's Susie. For my birthday, she gave me a colouring book, an adult colouring book. And one of the pages that I have been colouring over the summer, actually I started it months ago and I'm still colouring because it's kind of like a mandala. It's got like a lot of pieces to it. The page is actually but down. And so I've been like colouring that in to remind myself it's okay that we can actually take some time, because when we do, the magic expands. And it has. So right now we are in the middle of August. And is the energy different? Yeah, it's really different. I now have this sustained energy throughout the day, new inspiration, and new direction beyond the evolution of me. Because we move towards moving into these new chapters, and then we arrive and it's not always exactly as you imagined it would be, because the universe has its say around what it wants to put in the playground for you. So let me tell you where we've landed. For You Are the Magic, this is now a podcast dedicated to amazing women living big lives, making the magic happen. In the last season, you met a few women. In the season before, you met a couple of other women. There was some women who have been visiting us, sharing their magic. And what I have anchored into is this: stories about women, and women who are going for it, activating their magic, working through something, figuring something out. That's more of the stories that we all need as we reclaim our own magic. Because I'm all about you remembering are freaking magical. And I say remembering, and I say my job is reminding, because you haven't lost your magic anywhere. It's there inside you. Like literally, you are the magic. You are the speck of the universe. And we can sometimes forget because we either get busy, or it's because of the narrative we've been living in for years, generations, centuries even, where women and our magic is very dangerous. It's to be shamed and silenced. And this is where I've landed, my friends. I've landed really clearly on this edge of the magical playground. Like I'm giving myself full permission to be fully here in this part of my story and what I want to continue to share from this place now, from this rested, evolved, Deb D's back, full cylinders firing. And it's this: I stand for women and our magic. Full stop. I stand for and I applaud and celebrate the fact that women are freaking magical, and that our intuition is our superpower. It's not dangerous. It's not just woo. It's not to be ignored. And our intuition and the way that we operate in the world, like before how I said, all that multitasking, being able to look after so many others. This is a part of what the world needs now: women leadership. And that leadership being leading from heart and inspired by intuition. I take a stand for all women being able to make the choices that are good for them, and to be able to check in with spirit and intuition first. Is that good for me? And I completely get it that not all women are there. Some women have denied their superpower and their intuition for so long, ever since they were little, that it's going to take a while to dig in and realign that. No problem. We've got you. I've got you. Or there's some women who have been kind of holding that back. Don't you worry. We're going to set you free. And there's some women like me who have known the whole time there's this magic inside me. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Part of it has been a fear narrative. And here's my fear. If I come out fully in my magic without being the community worker, without being the master storyteller, without being the person who works in grief management, like any of these other labels that I've given myself over my lifetime, if I come out in my full magic, full stop, my fear is that I will not be taken seriously. There it is. Now, hey, that took me all summer long to dig in to get that. It took me a lot of resting to get there. It's like, why am I not actually moving forward on what I really, really want to do? Why am I doing all of these other things, which I know aren't quite aligned, where my intuition is telling me, you can let that go. You don't need that anymore. You can let that go. Why am I holding on? And often we hold on because of fear that something's going to happen, or fear we're going to be seen in a certain way. And for me, it's definitely this fear of like, okay, if I come out of my full magic, I'm not going to be taken seriously. And so you know what my answer to that is? Well, what about if you just take your full magic seriously, Deb? If you take it seriously, then maybe the rest of the world will follow suit. So that's what I'm about. So in the big life magic world, I am moving completely into it's about you. The woman out there who is like, I think I'm kind of magical. Yes, you are. And I'm going to be your magical guide and your playmate to help you get there, whether it's through your intuition or whether it's unlocking something in you that's going to set your magic free, whatever it may be. That's living inside the world of big life magic, as well as stepping up to being an elite energy guide for the women who I call on the front lines of the change that we need. I've begun working with some women around elite energetic alignment. Some of these high functioning powerhouse women absolutely living in their magic. And because they're there in these big jobs, in these big lives, making the magic happen for the change that they know they are here to bring about, that they know we need, they deserve and need support. So I've been working with them to tune them up energetically so they're fully online, full cylinders, supporting them with their intuition, supporting them understanding their energy body, supporting their nervous system, supporting them to understand how big and amazing and magnificent they are, plus keeping that vibration high. This is the area for me. And there's so many women I know who are freaking magical. And so I just put a call out. I was like, would you like to come on the podcast? And everyone was like, yep. Yeah, I'm coming. I've got a story to tell. So that's what You Are the Magic now is. Sure, there's going to be some episodes where it's going to be me sharing a little piece of magic with you around something I've either clicked in with or something that's connecting the narratives of the different episodes. But really now, You Are the Magic is over to you as women and celebrating and highlighting the women who have said yes to stepping up to the magic stage. Oh, I know some amazing women. These interviews are really dynamic. Some of them are really deep. Some of them are going to go to places that you weren't expecting that they were going to go to. But each woman has something to say about the magic within her, how she found it, how she expresses it, and what does it mean? And what can that mean for you? So that's what This Is the Magic is all about now. This You Are the Magic is highlighting women living their big lives and making that magic happen. That's what's going on here on the magic stage. Other places that I play other than You Are the Magic is I have a brand new playground, like seriously brand new. I've started a Substack because one of the things I realized in my relaxation is I got really busy being a businesswoman, which I love, by the way. And then I forgot that I love to write. I love narrative and stories so much. And my world had just squished all of that out. So I've reclaimed it. The writer in me is back and alive and kicking on Substack. If you don't know Substack, it's a platform where writers and creatives connect, and you can subscribe to kind of like their creative channels. And it's really fun. And I don't know what's going to happen on that platform for me because, as I said, it's brand new. But my Substack is Love Letters to Her. Who's the her? That's the woman who's believing. That's right, I am freaking magical. I'm claiming that. And I'm going to be writing a series of love letters. So if you want to connect more with me and this further exploration around the magic of women and what's possible if we choose a new narrative, no longer shamed or silenced, no longer told that our emotions and our instincts are just woo and not needed. What about if we were to claim it? Love Letters to Her. There's also the really fun, dynamic, engaging community, the Big Life Magic Makers. That the membership itself, the membership community is also in its own evolution. It has been evolving for a while. And what we now share in that space together is genuine space to connect to you and other women who are really curious about who they are and want the best for themselves and want to have different type of conversations, want to explore what their intuition could lead them in the direction of, want to just be with other like-minded and like-hearted women. The other thing that's happening with the Big Life Magic Makers, I mean, we've always been a virtual community, but now we are stretching beyond time zones. So we are now creating new opportunities for the women to connect and engage, and for that to not always be live in a Zoom room, to not always be the best possible time for people living Eastern Standard Time around New York-ish area. We're kind of expanding it out because I started to work with women in different parts of the world who were saying, but I want in. So I was like, yeah, I want you in too. Let's find a way. And this is what's happening in the Big Life Magic Makers. So I invite everybody, if you are really curious about yourself as a woman in magic, or as a woman who's even just curious about, I want to build some confidence in myself. I want to build some trust in my intuition, like whatever it may be. Follow that curious crumb and find yourself at an event in the Big Life Magic Makers. All you need to do is reach out to me and I will give you a guest pass to come and be with us in an event. Yes, you get to choose because you are the magic. You may choose that this podcast is your weekly upload of listening to women and being inspired. You may choose that you want to work on your magic in a different way, in a group, with me. Come here to the island of Tobago for a retreat. There are other opportunities that are happening in the magic realm for you. I really want you to feel like you get to choose. I say often, choose your own adventure. And that's what this is here. So now moving forward, this is kind of like officially the beginning of season 4, but you know what I'm just like, let's let the seasons go. Let's let that go, because a part of the evolution is it's brand new. So we're going to allow that to be. Rather than season 4, episode 1, we're just carrying on with the next episode and the next woman and the next amazing story. Because this is what I know to be true. You are going to be inspired by these women. You are going to be kind of tickled in a direction, or you're going to hear the thing you need to hear, that is that inspiration, motivation, or agitation towards, yeah, actually, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm going to just do that thing. Whatever it may be that you need, everything's available to you in the magic realm. And I'm now here with so many amazing women who have generously shared their stories with you, because they believe it, I believe it, that it's you, my friend. You are the magic, and I cannot wait to share more with you. Thank you for staying with me through this evolution. I hope that you've felt an evolution within yourself, or maybe one's brewing right now. Whatever may be, know it to be true. You are perfectly placed. You are supported. There is so much available to you, just waiting for you to tap into it. And it starts with this. It starts with that big, deep breath. And then just anchoring into, that's right, I'm freaking magical. That's because it's true, my friend. It is undeniably true that it's you. You are the magic. Thank you for sharing your time and your magic with me in the latest episode of You Are the Magic. I invite you now to stay connected to that magic within you. You may choose to connect via ATTUNE. It's a 5-day audio activation that's going to connect you to your intuition and then turn the volume of that inner guidance system up. You may also choose to become a member of the Big Life Magic Makers. It's our virtual community for women who are saying, yeah, I'm freaking magical, and I want to be hanging out with some soul sisters who not only believe in their magic, but are supporting each other to activate it. There's so many ways you can support your magic today with your intuition, through community, by connecting to me, and I invite you to choose you and your magic now. If this episode or any of these episodes have supported you in any way, I would love your support by sharing a review on the platform that you are listening or watching on. It really helps me to get this podcast into more ears and more hearts so we can claim it as women. We are freaking magical, and we are going to activate our magic to create the changes in the world that are moving us towards more love, abundance, prosperity, and joy. Breathe it in, believe it to be true. It's you, my friend. You are the magic.